Hi, I'm Alliance. I've put far too much time into this game. After maxing my main, I took up a new challenge. No banks, new methods, and new goals. Follow along as I share the progress of my endgame Ultimate Iron Man. Welcome to Stash Theory. So this one took a little bit longer to get out than I'd hoped. I started a new job a week or so ago and also had a cold, so I couldn't really record any voiceovers without it sounding really bad. But we're better now and got a bit of free time, so let's get into it. As you can see here, I was a little bit confused why I didn't get the Dragon Cannonball clog, but I think that's been fixed now. AFKing a little bit of salvage while editing the last video, and we get 86 sailing. And there we go, 87 sailing, which allows us to get to Grimstone and kill the Frost Dragons. So we have a big grind ahead of us. So I played around with the DPS calc to work out my best sub for Frost Dragons and ended up using the Twisted Bow. Weird choice, I know. The alternatives were spending a load of money on blood runes or using the Lance. The Lance setup was around 0.5 DPS worse than the T-Bow, but also required me to get anti-fires, which I really didn't want to do. Where with the T-Bow I could save spot and AFK, so here we are buying rune arrow tips for some quick arrows. I didn't use this safe spot for long as it wasn't as nice as the other one, however we finally got our cannonball clog.
It's a collection, man. Give it! It's a collection.
Hey!
Give it!
138 kills, crazy. Ooh, yay!
Give it!
Wow. 300. Hey! Quick break from the Dragon Nail and plate drops to get 70 million range XP. So you can turn dragon plates into dragon nails at the Dragon Forge in the Ancient Cavern. We're aiming for 340 nails overall, though we might stay a little longer for the Dragon Helm too, because we've got quite lucky on plates so far. Here we are making the last plates into nails. I went a bit over as I was AFKing and didn't realise, but we can use the extra nails for a few other things. The first upgrade we're going to make is the rune cannons, which will allow us to kill the albatrosses for some swift feathers. So the albatrosses are pretty easy, we just click them and wait pretty much. And here we are getting the first feather of 5. Finally, 232 kills for my second one. Hey. Number 4. Hey, and we're done. 5 feathers. And that is our 100th Gwyneth Glide. We have many, many more of these to go. And that's 88 sailing. Quick little stop here to harvest our hardwood trees from salvaging. It's our first time doing this, and they're now useless to us. And here is 89 sailing, which we can now +4 boost with to make some of our first upgrades. First stop was digging on the Isle of Bones to get a small key. Then using that key on the Shimmering Atoll to get the Rosewood Hull schematic. I decided to go for all of these at once, so next was getting the key on Charred Island. This allowed us to open the chest on Brittle Isle for the Rosewood Sail schematic.
It's a collection, lad. Give it.
The first upgrade we made was the upgraded wind catcher, the Gale Catcher, which allows you to store an extra wind mote. This is my first time chopping the new rosewood logs, and I wasn't expecting them to be as good XP as they were. Making these hull parts was definitely the worst part about upgrading my boat. They took forever to collect, and I do not fancy upgrading the sloop. Here we use +4 boost and get the rosewood hull, which is at the moment the best hull in the game. Our first Gwyneth Glide back after upgrading the hull, we absolutely smashed our PB first try. Decided to take a little break from getting XP and came over to speak to Geridus after charting the ocean, and he gives you a few random items to use. The first of which is the Book of Lighthouses that you use on Larissa, and in turn she gives you the first of the paints, the Armadillion paint. The second is the Void Orb that you use on the Elite Void Knight, and in turn gives you the Gothixian paint. And on our way to get the third paint, we actually hit 90 sailing. Back to base 90s. The next paint we got was in the chest underneath Charred Island. I had to play around with these paints and ultimately decided on the Armadillion paint to match the sails on the boat. The final paint we had to suicide for, and this was on Entrana, the Saradomin paint. As we were suicided, I took the opportunity to also upgrade the sails on the boat to the final cotton and rosewood. We had a few dragon nails left over after the upgrades, so decided to grab the key on the Minotaur's Rest. This allowed us to open the chest on the crown jewel, and then in turn upgrade my cargo hold to the rosewood one. I then decided to try some port tasks out, as they have the good pet rate and they're meant to be close to 200k an hour, but I didn't really enjoy them as much as trials. Back to the Gwyneth Glide, and here comes in 91 sailing. And a couple of hours later, we've been doing trials since, and there is 92, which is halfway. 92 sailing allows us to +4 boost for the Dragon Keel. This is pretty useless at the moment, but will hopefully be worth it in the future. We first got the key on Laguna Aurora, which opens the chest to Sunbleak Island for the Dragon Keel schematic. And here we are with 93 sailing. I gave some more port tasks to go with the upgraded boat and crew, but overall I think I still prefer trials and salvaging. We were just doing some AFK salvaging while editing this video, and we got the Moldy Doll drop. Still just doing some AFK salvaging, but here is 94 sailing. Taking a small break from salvaging to go get some of the Medallion of the Deep fragments.
It's a collection.
This is the first. The next fragment you get by killing pirates on the Onyx Crest. It is a 1 in 6, although I think it's 1 in 10 to pickpocket at them, so probably should have done that instead. This one took me too long to find, to be honest, but there we go, the next medallion fragment.
Oh, there we go.
That's the next one.
It's a collection, log. Give it.
Give the raccoon dragon fruit, you get medallion fragments in return.
It's a collection, log. Give it.
And that is the last medallion fragment, and also 850 collection logs. Kinda crazy. After we read this book, we should be able to make the Medallion of the Deep, which I think is reclaimable, hopefully. I think from this chest, there we go, that is now always obtainable. If you've got this far, thank you so much for watching. Sorry for the delay, I've, like I said, had a new job and also had a cold, so couldn't really record any clips. I think the next video is probably going to be after Christmas now, but it should be a lot of progress as I'll have a lot of time off. If you could like, comment, subscribe, it would be much appreciated, and I'll see you in the next one.